3. One comment stays with you for days. Someone makes a passing remark about your appearance, your work, or your personality, and you can't stop thinking about it.
It's like they've planted a seed of doubt that just keeps growing. And you're accidentally watering it every time you replay the scene.
I don't think it's the other person's fault if you're the one ruminating over what they said.
Does that mean the rumination is actually the real sign of influence, rather than the comment itself?
Well, I don't think it has anything to do with the comment itself, but it has everything to do with how you internalize it instead of separating it from yourself.
Hi, what's up?
Have you ever entered a room in a good mood only to leave feeling anxious or angry without really knowing why? Have you ever noticed yourself becoming a different person depending on who you're with? Have you ever walked away from a conversation questioning your own judgment? If so, you may be more easily influenced than you realize. Today, we're going to look at 10 signs that external influences may be shaping your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, identity, and behavior more than you realize. Are you ready for the first sign?
I'm ready. Let's hear it.
1. You absorb the mood in the room. You walk into a room feeling perfectly fine, but before long you find yourself anxious, irritated, discouraged, or unusually upbeat. Nothing directly happened to you, yet the emotional atmosphere around you quietly became your own. It often feels so natural that you don't even notice it's happening. By the end of the interaction, it's difficult to tell which feelings started with you and which ones you picked up along the way.
It's like becoming an emotional sponge. You're essentially absorbing the energy of everyone else. And once it's in there, it's almost impossible to untangle it from your own actual state.
That's what a lot of introverts feel like, and that's what a lot of people who call themselves empathic say about themselves too.
It's a funny thing, right? Because it turns it turns a perceived strength, like being deeply tuned into others, into something that can actually feel like a liability when you don't have a filter.
Are you ready for the second sign?
I'm ready. Let's hear number 2.
2. You get swept up in the crowd. When everyone around you becomes excited, worried, angry, or convinced about something, you find yourself moving in the same direction. In the moment, it feels less like a choice and more like the obvious way to think or feel. Later, after you've had some distance, you may wonder why you reacted so strongly. Without realizing it, the group's energy shaped your own.
It's that hive mind energy. It's like the individual, then you're like disappears into the wave and you're just riding the momentum until you finally step back and realize you're not even in your own lane.
It's got to be exhausting.
It really is. It's like you're fighting the current of the entire room just to keep your own head above water.
Are you ready for the next one?
I'm ready. Let's keep going. What's number 3?
3. One comment stays with you for days. Someone makes a passing remark about your appearance, your work, or your personality, and you can't stop thinking about it. Long after they've forgotten the conversation, you're still replaying it in your head. Instead of remaining one person's opinion, their words begin influencing how you see yourself. A single comment quietly carries more weight than it probably should.
It's like they've planted a seed of doubt that just keeps growing. And you're accidentally watering it every time you replay the scene. It's wild how someone can be so casual with their words while you're over here conducting a full forensic analysis of what they meant.
I don't think it's the other person's fault if you're the one ruminating over what they said.
That's a really honest way to look at it. It shifts the focus from the external attack to the internal process. It's not about what they said, but about why that specific comment had enough leverage to stick in the first place. Does that mean the rumination is actually the real sign of influence, rather than the comment itself?
Well, I don't think it has anything to do with the comment itself, but it has everything to do with how you internalize it instead of separating it from yourself.
That's the core of it. It's the difference between seeing a comment as a piece of data, like, oh, they think that, and letting it become a part of your identity. When you internalize it, you've basically given them permission to edit your self-image. I'm all ears for sign number 4.
4. Other people's approval feels like proof. Compliments don't just make you feel good, they make you feel more certain about who you are. When people approve of you, you feel capable. When they don't, your confidence quickly fades. Over time, your sense of yourself begins rising and falling with other people's reactions instead of your own understanding of who you are.
It's like your self-worth is on a roller coaster, and the other person is the one holding the lever. It's an exhausting way to live because you're essentially outsourcing your confidence to people who might just be having a bad day. I wonder if that makes you feel like you're always on trial, just waiting for the verdict on whether you're enough.
Here's sign number 5.
5. You become whoever the situation requires. Around some people you're outspoken. Around others you're quiet, agreeable, serious, or cautious. It can feel as though a different version of you appears in every social setting. Some adjustment is part of everyday life. But when your personality changes with every environment, it becomes difficult to know which version actually feels most like you.
It's like you're wearing a different mask for every room you walk into. When you're that focused on blending in or matching the energy, you end up erasing your own edges. I wonder if that leads to a kind of quiet exhaustion, where you're just drained from the effort of maintaining so many different versions of yourself.
Here's the 6th sign.
6. You adopt other people's opinions without noticing. You hear someone speak with confidence, and before long you find yourself agreeing with them. Days or weeks later, you may repeat the same opinion without remembering where it came from. It isn't that you're trying to copy people. Your thinking simply shifts so gradually that it feels like your own idea from the beginning.
That's a stealthy kind of influence, isn't it? It's like you're accidentally downloading someone else's operating system because they sounded certain about it. I wonder if that makes you question a lot of your own beliefs once you actually start looking back at where they came from.
Here's the next one.
7. Your sense of self changes with your circumstances. When life is going well, you feel capable and optimistic. But after a setback, criticism, or disappointment, it doesn't just affect your mood. It changes how you see yourself. Success makes you feel like a success. Failure makes you feel like a failure. Your identity begins changing with whatever is happening around you.
It's like your entire sense of self is just a reaction to the environment. Instead of being the anchor, you're just the boat drifting wherever the current takes you.
I wonder if that's why some people can fail dozens of times and still keep going, and other people fail just once or twice and give up.
It's all about where that failure is stored. If the failure is tied to their identity, like I am a failure, instead of I failed at this, then it feels like a total collapse. But if they've got that separation, the failure is just a data point. I wonder if that's the difference between seeing a wall and seeing a hurdle.
Are you ready for the next one?
I'm ready. Let's hear sign number 8.
8. You feel responsible for everyone else's happiness. When someone around you is upset, disappointed, or uncomfortable, you immediately feel the urge to make things better. Their emotional state begins to influence your own choices and behavior. Without noticing it, you start organizing your actions around keeping other people happy, even when no one has asked you to.
That's the unpaid therapist dynamic. It's like you've taken on the job of managing everyone's emotional temperature just so you can finally feel some peace yourself.
What do you think causes someone to think they need to fix everyone else around them?
I think it often comes down to a need for safety. If you've learned that other people's distress is a threat to your own peace, then fixing them isn't actually about them, it's survival strategy. You're trying to stabilize the environment so you can finally stop feeling on edge. Does that feel like the right angle, or is it something deeper?
That sounds about right. If you were absorbing the feelings of other people, then it would make sense that you'd want to stabilize those people in order to stabilize yourself.
Exactly. It's a closed loop. You absorb the chaos, it makes you feel unstable, so you work overtime to fix the chaos just to get your own balance back.
I still think that would be exhausting.
It is. It's like you're permanently on call for emotions that aren't even yours to manage. I wonder if that's where the burnout happens, when you realize you've spent all your energy stabilizing everyone else and there's nothing left for you.
Here's sign number 9.
9. You mirror the people around you. After spending time with certain people, you notice yourself talking like them, sharing their interests, adopting their habits, or seeing the world the way they do. It happens naturally, without any conscious decision. Over time, you may collect pieces of other people without realizing how much they've influenced the person you've become.
It's like building a patchwork identity. You're just gathering fragments of everyone you find interesting or compelling, and suddenly you're a mosaic of other people's traits. I wonder if that ever makes you feel like you're just a collection of echoes rather than a voice of your own.
Are you ready for the last one?
I'm ready. Let's hear the final sign.
10. You lose sight of what you actually want. When you're making an important decision, your mind immediately fills with what other people expect, what seems practical, or what would earn approval. Your own desires are much harder to hear. After responding to the world around you for long enough, you may discover that the hardest question to answer is the simplest one. What do I actually want?
That is the most heartbreaking part of the whole list, because it's the final destination of that entire process. Once you've spent all your energy absorbing others and mirroring their needs, your own voice just fades into the background. It's like you've spent so long listening to the noise of everyone else that you've forgotten what your own silence even sounds like.
I want to conclude by saying that the goal isn't to eliminate influence. We all learn from other people. The goal is to ensure we're not unconsciously shaped by the world around us, that we remain the authors of who we are and choose the direction of our lives. If you'd like to understand why you may be more easily influenced, I recommend watching the Permeability series. And if you'd like to learn how to become less susceptible to those influences, I'd recommend the Psychological Independence series. I'll provide the link to both of those playlists in the description below. Maya, do you have any final comments or questions for the audience?
I've been thinking about this, and if I were listening to this as a member of your audience, the one thing that would stick with me is that feeling of invisibility. The idea that you can be in a room full of people and still feel completely alone, because none of them are actually seeing you. So my question for them would be, when was the last time you felt truly seen? And did you have to drop the mask to make that happen?
Thank you, Maya. I think we'll end that here.
You're so welcome. That was a really powerful session. I'll be here whenever you're ready for the next one. Take care.